All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Corey Pieper from Southern Region Headquarters. You're not going to have to listen to me for too long, luckily for you, and I'll be turning it over to our primary trainer this afternoon. But I do have at least one slide and a little bit of information to go over here with you. If I can get the slide to change. There we go. So obviously we're here to get a little bit of training regarding Google Hangouts. I've got a couple slides, or a couple bullets here that are just super high-level basics and some follow-up information that's going to be coming out. But very basically, Hangouts is now part of our unified messaging services with NOAA. It was activated back in August. So that means everybody out there with a NOAA account, and it should be all of you, now have access to Google Hangouts. Basically, it's a combination between our existing chat and our video chat system that was released alongside Google Plus a few years ago. After this training, we'll be putting out some guidance that was put together by the Emerging Tech team, which organized this training. And any applicable policy that's going to come out alongside that guidance is really pretty minimal, as Daron's going to demonstrate here as we move forward. The capabilities that come with Hangouts it parallels a lot alongside what we already do on the telephone, what we do with chat. So not a whole lot of applicable policy out there, but there will be a little bit of guidance, some frequently asked questions, and some links to for ways to get more information, and some links to find the people that you can get information from. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Darone Jones, who is the UMS Operations Manager for NOAA, to walk us through Hangouts. So Darone, I'm going to turn this over to you, and go ahead and go at it.
All right, thanks, Corey. Waiting on you to kick it to me.
There you go.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I think everybody see my screen okay here?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, thanks. First, thanks, Corey, for inviting me to be a part of this and help talk about this a little bit. It's been a long time since I was able to do a national type conference, regional type conference with the National Weather Service. I know a lot of the folks on the call here today. Really appreciate y'all letting me hang around and keep talking to y'all. It's fun being around smart folks. What you're looking at here, this is the NOAA Unified Messaging Services website. This is the website that tells everything there is to know about Google Apps for Government, NOAA's use of it. It has the policies on here, the rules of behavior. It also has information about mobile devices. We keep this as fresh as possible. Information on here. There's information about there's training on here in case you didn't know. If you got new employees coming on board and have never been exposed to Google before, they can go to the Learning Center. There's information about mail on here. The new tab, we just put this up a month ago about Hangouts, and I'll show more of that in a second. Here's some calendar information, contacts, Google Docs, Google Sites, mobile devices. I know a lot of people have been playing with that tab a lot lately. Guides, and then policies. So check it out. There's a lot of information on here. We post information about, latest Big Bang news on Google and mobile devices on here. This is an automated feed over on the right-hand side of Google Apps for Government new features. Just some great information. For today's topic, though, we're talking about Hangouts. And as Corey said, Hangouts, the way Hangouts started is everybody's been having the need to do multi-video chat. With Google Talk, you had the ability to do one-on-one chatting, one-on-one video chatting, and there were several services out there. A lot of people wanted to use GoToMeeting to do kind of a multi-video chat. I know y'all have been using that quite a bit. At the NOAA level and senior leadership, everybody's into VTCs, video teleconferencing. That's a super expensive solution to trying to do multi-party video chat. From a Google perspective, Google has had the multi-party video chat capability, but it was totally integrated into Google Plus, and we may be talking later on about Google Plus, about why we haven't turned that on yet for NOAA. I'd be happy to entertain those questions later, but let's get through this now. Ever since Google Plus hit the government domain space, we've been asking for the ability to break out the video chat because we couldn't enable the full-fledged Google Plus due to tons of security reasons. But Google didn't want to entertain that thought. As the Google guy for NOAA, I participate in Google, the government's Google Apps for Government representative, and we have a group of all federal agencies that are on Google Apps for Government who serve as a customer advisory board to Google. And we give them feedback on, the roadmap. They give us roadmap presentations, and we see what's coming to the space. And a lot of times they don't give us a lot of heads up because there's a lot of proprietary stuff that they want to kind of not tell us about and let it slip out the door. So they do tend to hold stuff back. But we get to voice our concerns about how their services are working in our organizations. And ever since, it's been over 2 years now that we were hitting on them, and all the other federal agencies were hitting on them to break out Hangouts out of Google Plus. And luckily, they finally took the hint and incorporated the multi-party video chat out of Google Plus and made it a standalone and incorporated it with Google Talk, basically enhancing Google Talk. Google Talk is still there. You can still revert to Google Talk if you want to on your personal side, but on the government side, it is Google Hangouts. So I saw some traffic. A lot of people don't know what Hangouts is, and it's just Google's new hip term to getting a bunch of folks together and just talking. So it's basically called a Hangout. On this page, if you were to go out onto go search Google for, Google Hangout information, there's a lot of information out there that intertwines what Google Hangouts and Google Plus is. Since we do not have Google Plus enabled for our domain, we created this page to pull out the relevant parts to NOAA. And we'll demonstrate that here in a second. But everything you'd want to know about UMS and how it works in the NOAA environment can be found on the UMS site. Just some highlights here. Hangouts has been on since August. They introduced a new feature 2 weeks ago yesterday where you can schedule a Hangout. A lot of people have iPhones, iOS devices, government devices. We're currently working on a terms of service that will allow that. They currently have it blocked on iOS devices. You can do a video chat on an iOS device, but you cannot do a chat. You can't talk to somebody like in a chat session, which is kind of weird, but we're hoping to have that cleaned up by late next week. We're engaged with we're having to sign an addendum to a terms of service with Google because of the different functionality of Hangouts, and we're all about it. We're cool with it. Our lawyers are talking to their lawyers. We're in the final iterations of that amendment. So we all think that it's going to happen next week, late next week. Let's see. The page is what it is. So basically, how you start a Hangout, I'm actually going to demonstrate this for those who haven't tried this out yet. If you're cruising along in your Gmail here, what you see over on the side, excuse me, you see your chat buddies, the little green icons, the little circles. No, okay. The little green circles means they do not have a webcam. The little here's the webcam indicator. This is Brian Wallawander from Central Region. He has a webcam. That means I can video chat with him. So anybody that has a webcam, you're able to chat with him. I hope everybody knows what the Do Not Disturb button is. And these symbols represent these people are on Android devices, on a mobile device. So, and that shows them as a way. In case y'all didn't know already, under the chat feature, you have the ability to let people know what your availability is by just choosing one. You can even do custom messages like "Leave me alone." And you know, I see people doing the "Do not disturb." That tends to not work for a lot of folks. They'll just blow right by that and start chatting you. The best thing to do is to go invisible. I'll make that recommendation for you. So to get started here, Corey, I'm gonna video chat you, and I'm gonna do it from my from a different account because I have some elevated privileges on this Google account. So if you'll give me 1 second here, Corey. You know what? I'm just going to do it from this, Corey. So I'm going to do a video chat with Corey. So Corey is not currently showing up in my list. I'm literally just going to start typing his name in this little search box, search people, and he'll show up. And then I would literally chat him up just by mousing over and hitting chat. And, hey, Corey. This is how I typically start a chat. Got time for a hangout. Once I get confirmation that he's available and it's okay, some people may not be presentable. They may be in a meeting. They may be eating a sandwich and don't want to talk. I tend to like to give people warning them about the video chatting. So I literally start video chatting you. Hey, Corey. I think he has me muted. You have me muted, right? Very good. So when it pops up here, what y'all may be seeing may not be good video because I'm running two intensive software packages at the same time. But this is it. I would literally just call it up, start talking, and looks like you're in the library. Is that correct? Looks good. I like the haircut, clean as ever. Let me take you through some basic features while this is a one-on-one video chat. If I were to move my hey everybody, by the way, some basic features here is at the top of my window I'm mousing up, and I have the invite people button. We'll do that in just a second. I have the mute microphone in case somebody steps into my office. I can mute the microphone and start talking to them and say, "Give me 1 second here." I have the ability to turn off my camera, so it just shows that. This adjusts bandwidth usage. I never have to touch this. You shouldn't have to touch this. The Google Hangout, the Google plugin, determines what your bandwidth is and adjusts that for you. And if you don't have the bandwidth to handle a Hangout, it literally will just cut off. So you'll say, "Sorry about that. I know how the bandwidth issues are across the weather service." So neat feature that it handles it for you. This feature right here, depending on where you're at, I have a headset that I use. I also have a webcam. Right now I have this turned to my headset, so Corey is not hearing me through my headset right now. But I have the ability to mouse over this and choose what my microphone should be. I have the ability to choose what my speakers are. So if he were talking to me, it would be coming to me through my speakers or through my headset. So because I'm in an office environment, I don't want to disturb some workmates around me. I tend to wear my headset quite a bit. I'm in a closed room right now, so I don't mind talking freely. It's up to y'all as far as on reporting this. Improvements back to Hangout. Totally on y'all. This button right here is to literally hang up, leave the call, and I'm not going to click this while I'm chatting with Corey. So that's basically it. There are a few features that I have on my Corey, you feel free to hide your camera.
Now we can have conference calls with fellow NWS employees. So yeah.
Just a reminder for everybody to mute your phones, please.
All right. One of the features, Corey is, even though he's on the call here, we're still in a video chat. If he were to have his microphone unmuted, I would be hearing him. So, Corey may be asking me, what do you got behind you there? And I got a lot of Alabama stuff, and I hope Derek DeRoche is on, because we're going to get y'all in a couple of weeks. Yeah. One of the things to do, this is called a film strip down at the bottom. And I can click on my video, and it would show up so I can see what everybody else is seeing. If I unclick this, it goes back to viewing the other person that's on the Hangout with you. If Corey is talking, I have the ability to, if he was unmuted, I have the ability to mute him, ignore him, take him out of the conference altogether by hitting eject. I can see his Google Plus profile. Everybody does have a Google Plus profile. It's a lingering artifact of being tied to Google. And then there is a presentation mode. So that's we'll talk more about present to everyone here in a second. Derek, are you on the line?
I am.
You have you don't have a webcam, right?
You can try my phone. See if it works.
All right, let's try your phone. So I'm going to add Derek to this video call. There he is. And I'm going to hit invite. And I'm going to do one more. I was chatting with Mr. Brian Wallander a little earlier, and he agreed to show us his face for a second. And what it does is it sent both of them it started ringing on their device or on their computer. Hey, Derek. So Derek is, are you on an iOS device or Android device?
iOS.
All right, very good. And it looks like Brian's in his office and he's on mute. That's good. But if Derek, since you're not on mute, you can keep talking. And Corey, could you unmute for a second and say hello? I wanted to show people how this works. All right. So as each one of the people in this Hangout, I'm up to 3 other people in this Hangout. You can do Hangouts up to 15 people, which is real nice. And anytime anybody's talking, their image hijacks your screen. It becomes the main focus of the screen here. Derek, can you go ahead and just mute your device there? And Brian, can you mute yours? I'll tell you what, I'll mute both of you myself. How's that? I have the ability to mute both of them. It gets a little frustrating at times if somebody's rustling papers or they have some noise around them. They'll start jacking my screen here, and you can literally lock in on people and get that sense look from Home Improvement on Brian there. You can lock them in to keep the screen from jutting around just by clicking on their video. So thank you, fellas, for humoring me here. Again, I can also, y'all stay on, I got one more thing to show. Again, just by clicking on any of those videos, it takes care of things. So right now, Derek's the one with the main focus. There's no highlight around him. It's just he's in focus right now. All right, I'm going to slide off to the side here and show you a couple of these icons. For my account, I have elevated privileges on my account because this is a super account. Excuse me. You will not have these 4 icons with your Hangout session. You will have these top 2 buttons up here. This top button is chat. It is a chat session that's open to everybody who's in this chat, in this Hangout. I use this quite frequently when during a Hangout where I'll go check this link out, for example, and one second here. I would literally just say, check this out, click this link. Look at that. Spelled it wrong. So, or I could literally put in a link in there if I wanted to. And anybody that's in the chat session would be able to see that. Anybody who joins this Hangout after I have chatted something will not see that chat. It's only the current active participants that will see that chat. So that's group chat. It's mainly, I mainly use it to chat back and forth, kind of like links. There's no way to do a one-on-one chat with anybody in here. Everybody who's in the Hangout can see the chat. Brian, since you're on, if you close the chat and anybody chats to you during this chat session, somebody chat me real quick on that. Brian, if you could. It'll show up as one new chat message, and you literally click it, and there it is, Corey. Thank you. So it notifies you when you have a new chat. The other feature, which I truly love and truly use multiple times a day, is this feature right here, and this is Screen Share. It's a little monitor with a green monitor with an arrow in it. Let's see what somebody's saying to me. Thank you, Brian. Just by clicking this, I have 3 monitors on my screen here. I can choose any one of those. I can choose to share a window. These are windows, these black areas that you see, and it lets me know that I'm not sharing my entire screen. I'm sharing just that window. I recommend sharing the screens because if you're trying to use a pointer, if you're trying to use the mouse pointer to show people stuff, they would not see it if you're only sharing your window. So I would literally come up here and select the one I want and hit share. So everybody on the Hangout now is now seeing my screen right now. Depending on your screen size, it may be difficult for your viewers, everybody else in the Hangout, to be able to see what's on your screen. So I usually ask the participants, hey, can you see that? And I usually do the courteous thing of just going ahead and making it bigger. I usually zoom to about 110%, sometimes 125%, because Mr. Brown there wears glasses, so he can see it and wouldn't have to squint. You see he already sits like 2 inches from the screen. So this just basically helps people out, and then you can just move around. I'm in a video chat. We're all talking about this. We're collaborating on something. That's just the basic gist of screen sharing. Everybody on this call, everybody on this Hangout right now can share their screen simultaneously. Anybody in the Hangout can choose to make their screen or somebody else's screen the main focus for everybody else. So, Brian, could you do a screen share real quick? Show me something cool that you're working on today. Brian has to think about what he's working on today. Corey, I can't hear if you're trying to talk to me.
I wasn't. No, sorry. I think Brian can't hear you. Let me go ahead and share mine real quick.
All right, just share something with me. All right, so there's Corey. Oh, nice. Thank you, Corey. Corey's sharing his screen with us, so you can see there are 2 people in this Hangout that is sharing their screens right now. If I didn't want to see what Corey was presenting anymore, I could hit ignore, and it would go away, and whoever else is talking would be popped up there. If I hit this present button, I just got to it by clicking this little down arrow, and I could say present to everybody, and it would become the main focus here like you're seeing with Brian. So thank you, Corey. Let's see. Let me stop for a second and see if anybody has any questions.
Hey, Dan, this is Tim. This is Tim Rice, Dan.
Hey, Tim, what's going on, brother?
Not much, sir. glad this is rolling out, but as I'm understanding it, this is just going to be strictly within NOAA. We can't, like, bring in EM partners or somebody from the outside, right?
That is incorrect, sir. By default, it says when you're trying to invite people that it's restricted to National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. You can blow right past that and literally just type in somebody's name there.
Are you on the phone?
Anybody with a Gmail, a Google account.
It tells you can't, but you can?
You can. You get this nice little pop-up message here. And all I have to do is hit invite. And then it would go. You see, it's trying to call me on my mobile devices right now. So that's a little fake out. You can invite people outside the organization. Anybody with a Google account, you can do a Hangout with. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Darren?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Rick and Norman. I think I know the answer to this, but are we going to have the capability to do like broadcasts, like a Google Hangouts on the air, kind of like a Weatherbrains type thing? Do we have that capability?
Good question, Rick. And hey, nice talking with you again. Actually, at this time, it's a no. Hangouts on air is still tied to Google Plus, which we do not have enabled for the domain. For Hangouts on air, you have to have a full Google Plus profile, and there's a ton of information that the end user gets to choose to put in there, and it's just not enabled at this time. That feature will only come, as we know it today, with Google Plus.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
All right, Rick. I know you and the emerging technologies team has played with YouTube Live. Are y'all having success with that since you have a little bit of a floor here and a little bit of knowledge of YouTube Live? Or is that still tied to Google Plus as well, Hangouts?
To be perfectly honest, I haven't played with it. We wanted to, but we haven't done anything with it yet here.
Okay. Yeah. There has been some people that have tried to do the YouTube Live, and because of this way that Google is trying to gain the market on Google Plus, they're forcing more stuff from into Google Plus. So you may not be able to even do a YouTube Live because of the Google Plus integration. So it is what it is. I'll talk more on Google Plus in a second. And
hey, Darren.
Steps I think that can get us there. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Chance out in Wichita. Hey, I tinkered with that YouTube Live, and I was successful, but it was not very easy to get that set up.
Right.
But it was available.
All right, very good. I haven't tried it myself. I'm just going off what other people are telling me. I've tried to do the Hangouts on air, and it is truly tied to Google Plus.
Hey, Darren, this is John in Memphis. What's going on, man?
Hey, John.
Hey, can we join a Hangout Live that might be hosted by one of our EMs? Is that possible?
Absolutely. Y'all can, anybody that is doing a Hangouts on air or a YouTube Live, you should, as long as you have the link, anybody with the link around the world can join that. And y'all already have Google accounts. Yeah, y'all can join those all day long.
All right, one more observation. I don't know if it's just us, but everything in the background behind you is written backwards.
It is?
Yeah. Alabama's backwards, the 12 on the helmet's backwards. Are we the only ones seeing that?
That's because Bama's backwards in general.
Yeah, that looks about right.
You're looking at a mirror.
Yeah, let me see if I can flip this thing.
Darren, it's just because you're showing yourself on the webcast, on the webinar.
That's right. Thank you. Thanks for catching that. So if you were looking at, this is my view. This is the way I see. Everybody else sees the straight view.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Hey, Darren, this is Rick again. Can you discuss what are the limitations as far as the number of people that we can have in a Hangout? I mean, I'm thinking we're not going to be able to do a Hangout with 300, emergency managers or 100 emergency managers. What are the limits of how many people can we have on a Hangout the way that we're allowed to use the system?
Great, Rick. Great question. No, the maximum that you can use on a Google Hangout is 15 connections. It can be in a room environment, library, out in the office area, but 15 is the max. You're not going to be able to use this software to do, significant weather briefings for coming impending weather. You won't be able to do that. The way that I envision this working for the Weather Service is for group projects, maybe cross-office projects, cross-regional projects, maybe even the Storm Prediction Center dialing up some of the offices and wants to show them their screen on what they're thinking about on the next severe weather or severe thunderstorm or tornado watch. That's about it. I can't see doing a full-blown regional MIC, regional WCM call. It'll have to be on a sub-regional basis and basically small team projects or, efforts or even coordination. How you could call the neighboring office, see who's on the desk, do a video chat with them, do a screen share of what you're thinking, what your reasoning is for your forecast, and what time's everything getting in. Just being able to do the screen share, see the conviction in the other forecaster's eye, who's going to blink first, so we marry up on the edges for grids. But that's about it, Rick.
Okay, thanks.
I got a question for you. Are these recorded? I know with the Google Hangouts on Air, you can record that to the live YouTube, but is there a way to record this in Google Hangouts such that it can be shared later?
Not at this time. Right now, there's no way. You can do that with a Hangouts on Air. With a Hangout like this is a kind of a on-the-fly type thing. This software does not do that. You may be able to find some other third-party services that would allow you to record whatever's on your screen during a certain time and pick up on the microphone, but natively this does not do it. I also want to let everybody know that your chats that you do, the one-on-one and even in the video chat, those chats you cannot do a chat history or save chat history. I have that turned off at the domain level. In talking to General Counsel, we treat chats ephemerally. Did I say that word correctly? We treat them like phone calls, where you can't record a phone call. If we were to turn on chat history, we would be archiving it for everyone, and it would be discoverable from a litigation aspect of things. So we treat them like phone calls. The policy states that we are supposed to talk substantively through email. We shouldn't be using chat as this chat on this system as a decision-making tool. That's different from NWS chat. Other questions? All right. Moving on, I'm literally going to sign off the chat, off the Hangout now, and I wanted to show you a couple of other things. So thanks for everybody for joining me on that Hangout. New to your calendar as of 2 weeks ago. Let me close that out. To get to your calendar now, you have to go to this app drawer. That's what that's called. And click Calendar. What you're able to see here when you're creating a new event, I'm going to go ahead and create a new event, is when went to NWS. And I can edit this event. If I wanted to go to Corey, for example, I'm just going to add Corey. I'm going to show y'all a couple features y'all may not be aware of. I'm going to add Derek, and I'm going to add Wallander. I'm trying to coordinate a time where we can do a call. If I use this feature right here called Find a Time. There's also suggested times. By default, I have mine set to 50 minutes. I can literally come in here and look at their calendars for the day. I can look at their calendars for the week. I see that this time seems to work for everybody. So I have the ability to go back here and go to event details, type in the description, join me. This is a new feature right here. It's called Add Video Call. I've started using it in every one of my meetings because I still coordinate across the entire nation with all the different line offices, but everybody's really starting to get into the Hangouts where we do the video calls. I will schedule this as a Hangout, and I have the ability to change the name of this meeting to whatever I want. I tend to like to name my meetings meaningful, so I would literally rename the video call to what I named the event. This may be a standing. I see you're limited on how many, on how the length of descriptive that you can put in there, so it won't let you put a lot in there. But if you have a standing team call or something like that, you could say weekly call, quarterly call. If it's a coordination call, you can have it in there. It's as simple as that. If you're talking one-on-one with a group of emergency managers, or perhaps your local media, you could do it that way. I know the emerging technology group may have already spoken about Skype. I won't dive off into Skype and talking with the media. Y'all can discuss that at a later time. But you can name this whatever you want. And then when I hit save, I can save event. I have the ability to send them an email letting them know that it's on their calendar, or you can be sneaky and just drop it on their calendar without telling them. So now those guys all have that on their calendar, and when time comes, depending on what their local settings are for notifications, that'll be a little pop-up reminder. They may get a text message, depending on how they set it up. They may even get an email. But when it's time, it'll pop up like here, and all you got to do is click the meeting, and everybody's there. One of the neat features, unlike GoToMeeting, unlike the leader passcode on a conference call, whoever schedules the meeting, if they do not arrive at the meeting, maybe miss the meeting altogether, or if they drop off the meeting, the Hangout, the session still is there. So all the other participants can join in. I'll say, hey, I got another call. I got to drop off here, fellas, and they can continue on the Hangout without me, without the leader, so to say. So that's a neat feature. So that's pretty much Hangouts in a nutshell. You have the ability to fire it up on the fly. You have the ability to add people while you're in a Hangout. You have the ability to schedule a Hangout. You have the ability to do chat while in a Hangout, so you can share links and so on and so forth. You have the ability to screen share. My biggest thing, I like video chatting with people, so I can get a feel of a real one-on-one meeting type thing. A lot of things that don't come across in the email, may not even come across in a phone call. You can definitely see what the expression, the body language in a Hangout. And screen share is another part. I tend to like to show people a lot of different things to get their brain thinking, or, as we're collaborating on something, I'll do a screen share. So that's Hangouts in a nutshell. I'll open the floor here to some questions.
Hey, Darren, this is Corey. There was one question. I think Faith had asked it here. You answered half of it already, but I'll read the question. You can hit the last half of it. Are there rules on using Hangouts with people outside of the NOAA domain, and do they still need to have a Google email address?
Great question. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Faith. Currently, there's no policy whatsoever on Hangouts. So anything that you can figure out to do on that thing, you can do it on there. There is no restriction on talking with anybody external to NOAA. That's a little fake-out thing that's there to let you know that you're inviting somebody from outside your domain. They do have to have a Google account for you to do a Hangout with them. So that's that. That answer your question, Faith?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Corey, can we crank up another Hangout real quick? I forgot to shut them.
Yep.
All right. So here's Corey. I'm gonna hit this. All right. Thank you, Corey. There's something I forgot to show y'all. When you're in a video chat and a Hangout, Corey just muted his. Sometimes somebody may not have a webcam. You can still do a screen share with somebody, even though they don't have a webcam, even though they may not have a microphone. You can still pick the phone up and give them a call and do a screen share. They would be able to see your screen. So they don't need to have a webcam and a microphone to do a screen share. For those, I know every office has a go-to meeting, but now you have the personal ability, no matter where you're at, be it at home, be it at an EOC, be it out with a Wi-Fi connection or a MiFi connection, to share what you're seeing on your screen or have somebody else share their screen with you. You may be out on a storm survey and may not have all the tools with you that you need. You may have a MiFi or a data-enabled device, laptop, and you're able to video chat back with the office and say, hey, share something with me so I can help make a determination of what this rating should be. I know everybody walks around with a toolkit and everything, but right now, another feature that I forgot to show, you have the ability to add people the normal way. You also have the ability to dial somebody into this call. They do not have to even be on a computer. And I'm going to pick on Derek again, who dumbly chatted me his number, just put that in there, and I'm calling Derek now while in this Hangout, so I can use this as a conference call number. So hopefully Derek's going to be answering here in a second. If not, that's okay. All right, so Derek joined the call. Thank you very much. I think I have everybody muted. I definitely have my speakers turned off. So we're all on a conference call now. The two of us that have webcams are talking, and Derek's able to listen to what we're saying. Obviously, he wouldn't be able to see anything we're doing on the screen share, but just a quick means of doing a conference call. It's really nice. So thank you, fellas. All right, back to questions.
Hi, this is in Alaska region. I have a question for you. So when you just called him on a regular phone, right? Like he just picked up the phone?
That's right.
Okay, it doesn't have to be a mobile phone with the Google Hangouts app?
No, any regular phone number.
Awesome, thanks.
Sure. On that topic, it is still only up to 15 people, be it phone or webcam. Okay. Other questions?
Hey, this is Brian. I got a question. If I have my own personal phone, can I do the Hangouts using the NOAA account?
No. At this time, you cannot sign into at NOAA.gov from a personal device via the native application.
Okay.
And Darren, did I hear you say that we could participate in like a Google Live on the Air Hangout or something now from our? I mean, we can't initiate it, but we can participate in one.
Absolutely. Basically, a Hangouts on Air, you don't even have to have a Google account. Anybody with that link, it's kind of like going to a YouTube video. Anybody with a link can go to it and listen to it.
You can view it.
I've never been able to do it before here though, because I didn't have the. I don't know. It didn't give me permission, or I didn't have the right permission or the right plug-in or something like that. So.
That may be a local issue, like a flash type issue or something like that, but you should be able to access that from any device just by clicking the URL. It's just like clicking on a YouTube video.
Okay.
There are some, Rick, there's not too many restrictions that can be done for a Hangout on Air, but the organizer of the Hangout may require certain system requirements. I don't know. I haven't played with it too hard.
Okay.
I've been on a couple of White House ones, and they were pretty neat. And I joined a couple of Google ones where they were doing an innovation type stuff for other federal agencies, and it worked great.
Can we be a panelist on a call, Google Hangout, a live Google Hangout?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. In order to, let's take a TV station or the Weather Channel, for example. I know they use Skype, but if they also have Hangouts on Air, you do have to have a Google account to participate in a Google Hangout on Air. I think I saw Laura Fergione participate in a Google Hangout before. I helped set Dr. Sullivan up about 3 months ago on a Weather Channel one, actually. That was kind of neat. She participated from her office, and she did it through her Google account. Other questions? Going once, going twice. All right. Thank y'all for allowing me to show y'all a little bit. Just to let y'all know, we're gonna. We just switched contracts. Not really service providers, but resellers of the Google Apps for Government services back at the beginning of September. Our previous contract didn't allow us to do kind of these information sessions on how to use the tool. Starting next month, we're going to do a NOAA-wide type training once a month where we'll pick a topic. It'll be advertised well ahead of time where you can, we'll be diving into each of the Google services. One meeting will be about the basics of Gmail. We'd have an advanced session of Gmail. We get into contacts. We'll get into calendar. We'll get into the specifics of Google Drive. We'll do a whole session on documents. We'll do a whole session on spreadsheets, slides, sites, forms. Not sites, but forms. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be communicating that through the channels and spinning these things up, and look for them to be just as interactive as this one is. We want people to start using the tools a lot more. We've got some great collaboration features with this that a lot of folks don't know about and are underutilizing. We just want folks to know what they can do with the tools that we have. So there you go.
Hey, Darren, this is Corey. Thank you very much. That was a great session. And for everybody else, this has been recorded, so we'll be sending out links to the recording so you can check it out and distribute it as you'd like, and as well as that guidance we were talking about a little bit earlier. So thanks again, Darren.
Thanks, everybody. Look forward to talking to y'all. If y'all got questions, feel free to chat or email me. I'll take care.